And no hating on me allowed either. I'm broke. Trust me, bro. There's a show coming up. I need a new sport coat for a show coming up, and I'm gonna have to figure something out. Hopefully, Salvation Army will have something styling. Here we go. Especially looking forward to this batch. Here on the top we have a Lido Captain Video train ship. I think that's the troop transport. And then here is a marvelous condition, better than it looked online, Premier Rivet ship. I think that's what we want to call it. And then a whole bundle of Lido Toys. And this is how you ship a bunch of stuff, by the way. In the bag, then wrapped in plastic wrap. That is correct. You did a good job with this. Because as you can hear by the clinking, these are hard plastic. And I have a nice stash now of Lido figures. Humans on the bottom. Captain Video aliens on the top. Look at that. I got a detachable helmet for someone. I'll have to figure out whom it's supposed to go with. That's a new pose for me. This is a pose I've been very intrigued by for a while. If you ask me, it looks like he's supposed to have been staked by a spear. Interesting. These are softer plastic, and there's Captain Phineas in yellow. I've already got a name for the thing. Here's another one in blue. It's been staked. There's the alien with the point. We've had one of those. Alien with ray gun. That's a nice hard figure. There's another Captain Phineas, and that's a softer Army Man plastic. There we go. That's a new Captain Video for me. The figure advancing with the ray gun. And then another guy got skewered. That's good fun. Having people get skewered by a spear.
That was a mistake, Charlie.
I guess maybe he could be carrying it. I want to say it went through him, and he's been staked by it, and he's gonna die, and he'll be dead. To figure out who gets the helmet. Yeah, look at that. Gorgeous. And then, even more, to me, no pun intended, important were these incredible tin lithograph wall sections. So gently push these out of the way. From the Lido Spaceport, Captain Video Spaceport playset. So I'm already building my own playset, and I hadn't. The guy just happened to have them listed. They weren't. It wasn't something I would have sought out. They sort of seem together there. Well, I'll figure it out off camera, or after the show is over, as they always used to say on Captain Kangaroo. Oh no, there it is. It slides right in place. And they make a little enclosure. And one of the things that I wanted to find out, I got one of the pieces that turned up in the mother load lot was this piece of tin. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to see if we could do, which would be to join the Marx tin wall with the Cohn tin walls. The tin playset walls for the Superior Spaceport playset were not made by Lido themselves. They were made by a company called Cohn, and I'm dying to know the name of the artist who did the graphic work, because it's just eye-popping. The pictures don't give it credit. And I went on the Smithsonian website and looked up their exhibition set that they have on display. It's actually in Chantilly, Virginia, at some sub-museum. It's not there in Washington and Air and Space. And lost my train of thought. I've got 3 panels here from the Superior Port set by Cohn, and I'm missing another view. There should be one that's got some green buildings in it and no rockets in the sky. So I've only got part of it, and of course the Marx thing is from probably Tom Corbett or a Rex Mars set from the 50s, and I arranged my figures in front of it so that you can just see how just incredible these things are. This is above average character design, very well made figures. To tell you the truth, I don't know for sure if this silver guy here on the end is a Lido figure. I'm presuming he is because of the material he's made out of, the pose he's in, and that he has no base. We gave the removable helmet to this dude so that those two don't look too awkward standing next to each other, one without a helmet. Hoping to find some more. Maybe try it on that one too. And over here are some of the gaggle of figures. I'm still thinking that that's a guy getting a spear chucked through him. And interestingly, I don't know if you could hear it click right, but the one that I knocked over first is a harder plastic. The one behind it is sort of Army Man plastic. Same as going on here with these two aliens pointing. The red one is a softer Army Man plastic. The green one, or whatever color that is hard plastic. There's a couple of the little rockets. I need to get a launcher for it. And here's what I've named the Captain Phineas pose. Captain Phineas is not a character from Captain Video or the set. It's just an idea. I needed a name for a villain. He's actually the henchman of the ambassador, and I decided he'd be a disgraced captain or something like that. This is my favorite of them all. This guy here with the ray gun, and he's in a hard plastic. And there's a smaller version of him there, also in a hard plastic, that, like my first Captain Phineas figure, it doesn't have a base. And the little blue guy, my first Captain Phineas figure, as I'm calling him, I believe he was a post-serial premium. So the small red one with the ray gun may also be a post-serial premium, where these would be more of the Lido playset figures that would come with it, although I have no idea what came with what, especially the human figures over here. I'm not sure what they're supposed to be from. That's definitely a knife that he's holding up there, and that's definitely a rock or a boulder, and that's pretty aggressive blunt force trauma we're inflicting. There's a couple of officer figures, and again with these two silver ones here, I'm not entirely sure if they're Lido or not. I believe the form was first designed by Tudor Rose, and it may have been appropriated by Lido, but I'm not sure. They may have also just arrived at their own form that looks about the same way. And here is the premier rivet ship that came with it. It has nothing to do with the rest of this. It just happened to be bundled with the lot. And because I had a time to get things, I got out the other versions of it that I have. Here's a yellow one. I'm not sure if this is by Premier. It might be a Mexican-made copy. It's a flexible Army Man plastic. Here on the other side is another hard plastic, smaller version of it that I think is correct as saying that that's Premier. And the one that I just got actually has functioning wheels on it. Took me a minute to realize that. Maybe there's some markings there on the underneath that we can take a look at. I'm not sure. Fantastic, beautiful condition to it. I love even the fact that it's got the dust of the ages. There's a couple of other rivet ships from the series. Again, this one appears to be this is a softer Army Man plastic, maybe Mexican-made copy. I think it came with the yellow one, actually. And here's another little hard plastic version of it. Not sure if you can make sense of what's going on in there. I don't have my glasses on as usual. I still have no idea what the heck this thing is. A little flexible, soft green plastic piece. It came with a couple of Palmer figures, but I doubt it's by Palmer. I'm not sure if it's by Palmer or not. Would enjoy knowing if anyone recognizes it. And here, of course, is a somewhat damaged but still gorgeous Gilmark Mars atomic rocket, I think it's called. And of course the Captain Video vehicles. This is the one that came with the bundle that had the figures and the walls, and I'm almost tempted to cannibalize some of the hardware off of especially the red one, which does not have wheels, because it has wheels. And there on the back is the Captain Video script, and I've got one that doesn't have anything to hitch anything else to. It's hooked there in the back, has broken off, so this is sort of a loose one. But I know everybody wants to see the Lido train in action. I think we're in focus here. Can't drag it too far. And they go off to blast people to Kingdom Come, which is what they did. That's what we thought we were going to be doing with space back in the 1950s. 1952 is the date that I've latched onto as to when the Captain Video ships and figures first appeared. As far as the Cohn tin walls, I'm not sure yet. I've just begun researching it, and it could keep me up all night. I love this stuff. I just absolutely love it, and I'm so glad that it'll fit together with the Marx piece. You can see there that's a little bit taller, it's a little bit longer, but you know, it's my space art, my fantasy. It fits just fine. And again, check out the helmet there on the dude. So a little bit long on the video, but I think it's worth it. This is important stuff. They've even got it in the Smithsonian. And how cool is that, huh? Pretty darn cool. Yeah, no, the walls totally make it. Before it was just a bunch of stuff. Now we're talking about activities occupying a place, and that's why these playset components like walls and terrain are just so important. I can't get enough of it. Need to get to bed too.